Have you ever felt like your focus just has a mind of its own? Yeah, you're not alone. In the next few minutes, we are going to dive into a super simple 25-minute rule that might just change the way you work, study, and create for good. Let's get right into it. Does this sound familiar? You sit down, you've got the best intentions, the coffee's hot, the laptop is open, and then poof, 5 minutes later, you were deep in some internet rabbit hole or, I don't know, meticulously organizing a sock drawer you haven't looked at in years. It is so frustrating, and trust me, it happens to absolutely everyone. Okay, let's just get one thing straight right off the bat. Your brain is not broken. This is not some failure of willpower. Think about it like this. Your focus is like a muscle. You wouldn't go to the gym and try to lift the heaviest weight you can for 8 hours straight, would you? Of course not. You'd get exhausted and probably injured. Well, your brain is the exact same. It was not designed for the marathon of nonstop focus our world demands today. So when you push it for too long, it just crashes. And that's when you find yourself reaching for any distraction you can find. So how do we fix this? Well, the secret actually comes from a surprisingly low-tech place. We got to go back in time to a university student's kitchen, where a really simple little gadget led to this massive breakthrough in productivity. And here it is, the Pomodoro Technique. So way back in the 1980s, a student named Francesco Cirillo was really struggling to focus on his studies. And in this moment of just pure inspiration, he grabbed a kitchen timer that was shaped like a tomato, Pomodoro in Italian, and he challenged himself to focus for just one short burst of time. And what do you know? It actually worked. And this is the revolutionary idea at the heart of it all. Instead of trying to run a marathon of focus every single day, you just work in these short, powerful sprints. It's all about quality over quantity. And this one little shift in perspective makes all the difference because it actually works with your brain's natural rhythm instead of fighting against it. Now, this isn't just some clever life hack. It's totally backed by science. There's this concept called attention restoration theory, which basically shows that our brains simply cannot maintain intense focus forever. It's kind of like trying to hold your breath. You just can't do it indefinitely. So those little breaks, they aren't a sign of laziness. They are absolutely essential moments where your brain gets to recharge its batteries, letting you come back to your work refreshed and way sharper. And it gets even cooler. So our bodies operate on these natural energy cycles called Ultradian rhythms, which last for about 90 minutes. Now, inside that cycle, our focus and energy will peak, and then, naturally, they start to dip. The Pomodoro Technique with these 25-minute sprints, it's like a mini cycle within that bigger rhythm. It makes sure you're always working when you're at your best and resting before you even get close to burnout. You're literally surfing your body's own energy waves. How cool is that? So let's get down to it and see how this all builds into the core rule. It is a simple, elegant rhythm that you can start using the second this is over. Seriously, this is the heart of the entire system. First up, we have 25 minutes. Now, for these 25 minutes, your entire world shrinks down to one single task. That means no multitasking, no checking notifications, no switching tabs just for a second. It is just you and the work. And that short time frame, it makes it feel so much more manageable, right? It turns this huge, overwhelming task into something you can definitely handle. Then, as soon as that timer rings, you get 5 minutes of a real break. And I really mean a real, genuine rest. This is not the time to check your work email or scroll through social media. This is your brain's reset button. And believe me, the quality of this little break is just as important as the quality of your focus. Feeling inspired? Good, because we are about to walk through the exact 4 steps you need to complete your very first session. This is so simple, you can literally do it right after we're done here. Okay, here we go. Step 1, pick one task. Not your whole to-do list, just the single most important thing you need to tackle next. Step 2, set a timer for 25 minutes. Use your phone, your watch, a kitchen timer, whatever you've got. Step 3, work on that one task until the timer goes off. If your mind starts to wander or you get that urge to check something, just gently bring your focus back. You only need to be disciplined for 25 minutes. And finally, step 4, when the timer rings, you stop. That's it. You take your 5-minute break. Now, this all sounds pretty easy, right? But there is one crucial mistake that trips almost everyone up when they first start. But since you're here, you're going to know exactly how to avoid it. This right here is the single biggest mistake people make, and it is a non-negotiable rule. If you break your focus to check your phone or reply to a quick email or scroll through a feed, the session doesn't count. And why? Because it's not a real break. It might feel like one, but you're actually just flooding your brain with a ton of new information and forcing it to context switch, which completely shatters your deep focus and defeats the entire purpose of this technique. So think of it this way. Good breaks are analog. They let your mind truly rest. Stretch, walk around, grab some water, just stare out a window. Bad breaks, on the other hand, keep you glued to a screen, feeding your brain even more information. And the rule is strict for a reason. If you break your deep focus during those 25 minutes, or you use your 5-minute break to scroll, the session doesn't count. You have to reset the timer. It is that important to protect your focus. And, this isn't just some old school trick either. Modern productivity experts have built on this foundation. People like Thomas Frank suggest stacking maybe 3 or 4 of these sessions together for a longer, deep work block that lines up perfectly with those ultradian rhythms we talked about. And author Manson points out that true focus isn't really about forcing yourself to do more, it's about systematically removing the things that distract you in the first place. So after all this, the timers, the strict breaks, the single tasking, what's the big payoff? Why should you even bother? Because the goal isn't just to be busy. The goal is to be effective. And the result, well, it's about so much more than just ticking boxes on a to-do list. Think about the old way, forcing yourself to work for hours and hours. It leads to high stress and, surprisingly, pretty low output, because half that time you're just distracted or burned out. The Pomodoro way completely flips that script. By working in these short, controlled, low-stress sprints, your actual productive output skyrockets. You start winning the day, one focused 25-minute block at a time. Ultimately, it all boils down to this one, single, powerful outcome. You get more of the important stuff done, and you do it with a sense of calm and control instead of that frantic, stressed-out energy. You end your day feeling accomplished, not completely drained. So the only question left is the one you see right here. Are you ready to try it? Don't even think about doing this forever. Just think about the next 25 minutes. Pick one task, set a timer, and just see what happens. Your future, more focused self is going to thank you for it.